Is not working. I'm very sorry about that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. So I figured I would give you guys a little bit of update. I haven't talked to you guys in a while on YouTube, and definitely going to get into why that is. But I just uploaded a brand new video, so definitely you guys should go check it out. I'm super proud of the thumbnail, by the way, because I just think it's adorable. Um, I did like a Teddy Bronde tutorial because that is kind of trending and stuff like that. It's just like really a soft uh, brunette look, and it's basically like putting highlights in the hair, but not making the hair super blonde. It's just kind of like enhancing a brunette or whatever level of brunette somebody has. So I just posted that tutorial, and this is going to be really good for the people who always ask me questions about how to be faster in the salon, how to do things more efficiently. I put a lot of time saving tips in there for processing. And one thing that I'll point out too is like, I have never been super fast at doing hair. I just like think about every single little detail, and I always just have these high hopes of, this should go pretty quick. Like, I'm going to get this done really quick. It's going to be great. And then I get into it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do a little here. Oh, maybe I should do this. Oh, maybe I should do that. And a lot of people say, okay, you should not overthink it so much. Just like stick with a, simple thing and just do it, and don't go off in all these tangents. But I think that what makes you unique as an artist is indulging in that just a little bit, indulging in all of those little ideas that you have. Now, not all of them. I think I could way overdo it and I could way overthink stuff. But in that video, I do give you some tips to help you just be efficient with your processing time. Because sometimes I don't think you necessarily have to be faster. You just have to be more efficient and just think like 2 steps ahead so that you're not wasting time. So that's going to be really helpful for you in that tutorial. And then the other thing is, if you have problems with foils slipping, there's going to be some really good tips in there for that as well. And then also, of course, I give you all of the formulas that I use, and I do use Shade DQ. So I just saw a little squirrel, just completely distracted me. So I did use Shade DQ in the video, and I give you all of the formulas for that as well. And yeah, so go check out that video. Tell me what you think of my thumbnail. It's a Teddy Bronde, and I put a teddy bear. So I'm really proud of that. And then the next thing I wanted to do today is just talk about, I already talked about this on Instagram, and it just kind of felt weird to just go and make a video on YouTube as well. I just don't like saying the same things twice sometimes. But it's been like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months since I first made the announcement to my course students. And so I figured I would just give you an update on what's going on with my education business and maybe like what's going to happen in the future. So basically, I decided to step away from doing my Kajabi online course and all of my online courses. So I'm not going to be creating any more new online courses for hair anymore. And, it's really hard to give that up, but it was just kind of necessary, and I'll definitely explain why. So I'm not going to be doing any more. Just basically, the problem is those things, like when I was younger, they were a lot more easy to accomplish. Um, I never realized like how much. I mean, everybody says this, but I never realized like how much energy having children requires. So I have 4 children now, and with every single one, my life has just kind of changed dramatically, and 100% for the better. Um, when Clark was born, I decided I wasn't going to take clients behind the chair anymore, but I was going to continue my education platform because, by the grace of God, He allowed me to grow an incredible platform, on social media and on YouTube. And I already had a successful live class that I was teaching. People were flying in from out of state to come take it. And so I transferred that into more of an online platform so I could be home with my kids. And that was a great life. And I should talk about that a little bit, maybe in another video, but I can talk to you about how I built all that if you guys are interested. So I was able to run that for a while. It's still a lot of work, but at least I could do that at home. So now, then I had Isla, then I had my Rushi, and then now I have my Johnny. So now I have 4 kids, and with the 4th child, I realized that my time, the best part of my time and energy is it's just better purposed for serving my family and serving my children. I think you can be a great mom and have, a job on the side, especially working from home. I think there's a lot of people who could balance that. For me, it was just really stressful. And what I was noticing is that because I want to be like, if I do an online course, like I just kind of want to be everything to everyone. I want to answer every single question. I want to be always making improvements on it and making sure it's just the best thing possible, always adding to it and, and all that stuff. And, and it was managing it was getting to the point behind the scenes where it was super difficult to not carry the stress of it into my home life. And I didn't like that I would be like short with my kids because I had to answer something or something was pending or going on behind the scenes that maybe there's a technical issue. And even you guys saw like when I was done with the business, I still had technical issues. Such a nightmare. But anyway, so that stuff would happen and it would really, it really just, I didn't sit right with me that I would just carry that stress into family life. Now you could say, well, you just need to get better at, having self-control and just making sure to compartmentalize everything. And that's just simply not how my brain works. It's just not. And I wanted to, there's a lot of things in my home life that I could make improvements in. Like I was a terrible cook when I first got married. And I'm still not a good cook, but at least I've kind of like grown in that a little bit. But I'd like to be better at that because those things help me serve my family better. And when you have a business, you just kind of think, oh, those things just aren't really important. And I want to kind of let those things, take the main stage in my life now so that I can better serve my family. So that is the main reason that I shut down the big education platform. Nobody can buy it anymore. And I did that about like 6 months ago now. And then it finally, like I announced it about 6 months ago or 5 months ago or something. And then it finally just like closed down a few weeks ago. But one thing that I have realized is that the big like online business that took so much of my time that when I was making content, I felt like everything had to be about making sure that I can pivot this into a sale, if I'm being honest with you. And that kind of took the fun out of making content for me. So if you notice, like my YouTube channel is it's just been like scattered. It's been kind of slow and things like that. So I feel like this actually will free me up to make more content in just like a little bit different style. I'm not going to be doing like overly produced, tutorials where I need cameramen and I need, perfect lighting and I need a fully planned out, curriculum in order to, make the high-end detailed tutorials in my online course. And so I think that is going to free me up to do just more content, just actually talk to you guys and help you with whatever stage of your career that you're, struggling in and just for other things. So I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit, just making content for the fun of it. Again, when I first started doing YouTube, it was just like, I'm just kind of weird and I just kind of like to make videos. I always have. And that's how I first got into it. That's how my channel first grew and blew up. And that's kind of just what I want to go back to because that's really fun. And try not to make like a huge business out of it again. But I will say that, I still have all of this educational library. Like it's still really good information. I still want to make it accessible to stylists. And a lot of you guys were asking me in my DMs, like, well, I want to be able to buy it before it goes away. And I did not feel right doing that because it's not going to be what it was before. So, 5 or 6 months later, I kind of changed my mind on that. So basically, instead of just deleting all of those videos, I'm just going to kind of hold them in a vault and make it really accessible for anybody who still wants to watch those videos. So I created a platform. It's I don't have to manage it or any of that stuff. And what does that say down at the bottom? I don't know what that is. Anyway, so it's something I don't have to manage behind the scenes. It's just like if you want to go watch those videos, you can absolutely do that. And I'll link that in the description if anybody is interested in that. Yeah. So, and then I also, with that tutorial that I just posted, I also just created this tutorial was just already in my draft. So I'm like, I just have to get this out here. But I also created a look breakdown for that. So it's going to give you all the formulas, the step-by-step with the photos. So it could be just like a quick reference guide if you're trying to practice this or recreate this at home. So, yeah, if you want that free look breakdown, that's in that little platform as well, and it's all free. So, well, all the videos are not free because that's not fair to the people who purchased my programs before, but they're very affordable. But the look breakdown of the tutorial I just posted on YouTube today, that is free. So I'll leave the link to that in the description of this live as well. In other news, I wanted to see if any of you have been following that beautiful Asian boy who is learning how to Douglas, because this is something that I'm really invested in right now. He's going viral. He's on day 29 right now. Poor guy. This guy on day 1 and 2, it was just not looking good for him. And we love an underdog story, don't we? It was not looking good for him. He had no rhythm whatsoever. By day 8, everybody was so encouraging to him. There was an attendance check in the comment section, which I participated in every single day. Thousands of people are watching his journey. And, there was a little bit of improvement up to about day 15. And, I got really worried about him because he was starting to stagnate a little bit. And as somebody who loves to Douglas and loves to Dougie as a millennial, I think that's just, a requirement of being a millennial. As somebody who loves to Dougie, and, I personally want to see growth in this area in my life. It's just really, it was really hard for me to see him stagnate there a little bit. But you know what? It's day 29. And I don't know if you've seen day 29 yet, but he killed it. He actually did it, you guys. He actually Douglas. He Douglased so good. And honestly, if you watch the whole journey before this point, I just want to know, how can you say there's no God? This guy could not Douglas before, and now he could Douglas. He could Douglas. You guys got to go check this out. I'm fully invested in this. Look up the Dougie guy. So proud of him. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this live stream, and I'll talk to you guys soon. It'd be cool if I knew how to end it.